Hi, welcome to Ski Talk. I'm Steve. I'm the ski buyer and ski-EO here at skis.com. And with me today is Ray Skelton. Hi, Ray.
Hey, Steve. How you doing?
Thanks for joining us. Ray is our Del Bello rep, and he's here to talk to us about Del Bello boots. So today we're going to talk about the Aero line of boots. Now, there's three boots in the Aero line. There's the Aero 65, which I'm holding in my hand, the Aero 75, which Ray has in his hand, and the 85, which we don't have for the video, but we'll explain is very, very similar. So this is your opening price, sort of entry-level line of boots from the Del Bello line, correct?
That's right, Steve. And the Aero line is built for people that are getting into skiing or are good intermediate to all-around skiers. They're a little bit more comfortable fit, a little wider fit, and make it easy.
Yeah.
For
So the
people to
last
ski.
on these boots is 105, right?
Right.
So that's a really wide boot. So if a person's got a wide foot or just wants that nice, soft, comfortable fit, that's what this boot is really designed for, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, what's the difference between the 65? Well, tell me about any features that are on the 65, first of all. This is your basically
A couple of the
price.
unique things with the Aero lineup, and this is on all of the models, but you can really see us standing out on the one that Steve has in his hands. We in the U.S., we put metal buckles on our boots. Four buckles, all metal, micro-adjustable buckles. So you have the best adjustment, the best buckles. Secondly, another really unique thing is we have a bi-injected.
Wait, let me stop you there. You have micro-adjustable buckles on all four buckles.
Right.
Okay, that's key because a lot of opening price point boots don't have that.
Right. You have rack adjustment. So if you are a customer that has a very big leg, you can adjust the racks and the micro-adjustable buckles to handle almost any leg.
In addition to this buckle being made larger, you can also move this buckle over to give it even additional room.
Right. And one of the things that is used for men and is used very much for women, and we'll go to the women's later on, but on the 75 and the 85 model, you have a feature called the X module.
Well, hold on, Ray, you're getting ahead of me here. So,
okay.
All right, so let's start out. So those are the features on the whole line. So what do you get on the 75 that you don't get on the 65? It's a little stiffer, right?
Right.
But besides the stiffness, what else do you get?
You get the X module, which I just started to talk about. You also get a locking device in the back or a walk ski feature. And walk ski, when we flip this lever up in the back, it allows the cuff to tilt backwards. So if you're in a lift line or you're entering the boot when you're first putting it on, it makes it easier to stand more upright.
I personally think that's a great feature. I mean, you have to walk in your ski boots a lot, and it's so much easier with that feature.
Right. Now, when I'm clinicking the guys in the shop, the other key feature with the locking device is a performance feature. When you have let's say a young guy is a learning skier that comes in the shop, let's say he's a 135-pound junior high school age boy, the Aero 65 might be perfect for him because it's a softer flexing, easier flexing boot. But then you get that guy that comes in the store who is a 180, 190-pound high school football player. Mom and dad are still trying to buy that first package for the guy, and they want to save a couple dollars. This boot, by locking this device, it makes the cuff really firm and creates a stiffer flexing boot.
But you don't need to be 180, 190 pounds to buy an Aero 75.
No, it's gonna give you great performance as you move up in ability. Okay. So even that lighter kid is gonna get more performance.
Anything else that the 75 has over the 65?
No, 75 and 65.
Okay, so then the next model, which we don't have here to show, is the 85.
Right.
I mean, we actually asked you guys to bring that in for us because we thought that it's such a critical model.
Right.
In your line, we've sold it for many years. What does the 85 have over the
85 has two key features when you move up for the customer. One, it has a little bit stiffer flex. Mm-hmm. That's one thing. But what it has, and you'll see a silver knob down here on an 85, that's a heel inclinator. It allows you to lift the heel up, or I call it ramp angle adjustment in a men's boot, because it allows you to change the ramp angle to adjust for your stance and your performance. Then the other key thing is it has a heat moldable custom liner, the Del Bello True Fit liner. When you see the letters TF on the tongue of the boot, that stands for True Fit.
All right, and so describe for us who is the ideal customer for the 65, then the 75, and then the 85.
The 65, the ideal customer is that person that went out to rent skis last year, or they just started skiing, and now they want to buy their first package setup, a pair of skis and a pair of boots. And whether it's the mom and dad or whatever, they're trying to save a little bit of money, that's the 65. Softer flexing, easy, beginner to intermediate level boot. Mm-hmm. The 75 will take you up to a good solid intermediate level. So it's a great boot, and because of the features that we talked about with the flex adjuster and the walk mode here. And then the 85 can be for a lot of skiers. The 85 will ski as an all-mountain boot. It's a stiffer flex, great performance. And if you've got a guy with a bigger, thicker foot, needs a roomier
Wider.
boot. Sure.
Wider.
Right. So, yeah, and that's where it helps out with that customer. So the 85 gives you a lot of performance, a great liner, and lots of adjustments.
Great. Yeah, this has been a great seller year after year after year for us. So there you have it, folks. That's the Del Bello Aero 65, 75, and 85. I'm Steve from Ski Talk and Skis.com. Thanks for joining us.